So I'm outside. I thought I'd do a video. I was gonna do a follow-up video. Just a quick note. I'm gonna hope and pray this works out. I realize it's the internet, and you guys out there in internet land are not really serious people. But I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. If you have a suggestion for a catchphrase of how I can greet you that's more or less original, and you're watching this video, maybe you could do me a favor and put in a quick comment below as to what it should be. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna comment now on something that's been bugging me lately, and that is baby boomers. I was just kicked out of a group for saying things about Joe Biden, and it's a little crazy because this guy was suggesting that if you're a journalist and you ask someone on the Biden campaign, if you ask somebody on the Biden campaign if Joe Biden is guilty of sexual assault and their answer is no, because Putin or something, and you just print that answer, that's not investigating, okay? That's not investigation. In terms of that woman who accused him of sexual assault, there's actually an objective source. There's paperwork inside of the archives at the University of Delaware. He donated his papers to the University of Delaware. Okay, so the correct question is, how come we're not allowed to see your paperwork? How come we're not allowed to see your senatorial papers, Mr. Biden? Aren't those papers the property of the people of the United States? That's an investigative question. See the difference? Instead, I got into this Facebook argument with some guy, and let me tell you something. I know that it's considered wrong to criticize a whole generation. And I know that there are exceptions, like there are boomers that are well-meaning and or smart or kind or whatever they are, they're forward-thinking. But one of the things that's funny is that, like, I actually know somebody who's not a boomer. He's older than that. For that matter, so was Bernie Sanders. And there's still some people out there who were born before 1946, and they're pretty cool people. And then you meet these people who were born after 1946. What the fuck? You know, just today I got into another argument with somebody, and this guy's suggestion was that he runs a business, and he's tired of sending money to the state capitol because he collects sales tax. It's not even his money, and he thinks that the state government should give him a cut of the sales tax because he's collecting it. I mean, these are the people who are giving us, in November, they're giving us Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Joe Biden, by the way, who sometime between the end of that farce that was New Hampshire and Super Tuesday, he spent apparently 6 figures. That's right. He spent less than $1 million on TV ads in Super Tuesday states. He didn't even go to most of these states. He didn't campaign in these states at all. He just simply won because he was boomerific. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't you engaging in ageism or attacks on people because they're of the wrong? Let me. I'm sure that there are boomers that are nice. But here's the thing. We are not only involved in a class battle, we're involved in a generational battle because the boomers simply do not care about reason or logic. They don't care about the future of the planet. They just don't care. And if you're voting, And let me be completely honest either. You can't vote for a guy named Biden and think the other Biden or the first Biden. You can't vote for this guy, this bozo, and think that you're doing the right thing, because there's no such thing as being a moderate when it comes to climate change. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. So what you're basically saying is you don't give a damn about the future. You don't care about your children or your children's children. You don't care. And, let me also head off the counter argument. Because who was it who did the generational battle first? It was boomers. Their whole books and pamphlets and seminars about how millennials suck. I'm not a millennial, I'm in between. Uh, Millennials are pretty cool people. It's just amazing to me that they yell about, okay, boomer, and how the millennials are awful, when they did years of propaganda against millennials, calling them lazy, etc., etc. But this is who they are. This is who they are. They're total sellouts. They're totally committed to destroying the environment and the world, and they worship at the almighty dollar, and they're nuts. They're nuts. I mean, this guy today who kicked me out of his... I got kicked out of a Facebook group because he insisted that the media is engaged in investigation when they clearly don't investigate things. The media doesn't do that. The media just prints stories on behalf of one political group or another. I mean, it's pretty obvious. That's what they do, right? But, I'm sure that there are nice boomers out there, but I'm beginning to lose my patience with them. I really am. I really am. How is it possible that we live in a world that is... I mean, there are so many things I could complain about right now, but I want this to be a short video, so I'm just going to end it there. But, how we live as citizens, we don't live as citizens anymore. We live as consumers. Our political parties are destroyed. Our way of life is bullshit. And here they're giving us two candidates. I mean, rapist A versus rapist B. Let's be honest here. And, we can have the argument about lesser of two evils or evil of two lessers if you want to, guys. But I'm just telling you right now, somebody has to call these people out. Anyway, we'll talk more later. And please feel free to add some comments as to how I should greet you guys, because starting everything with, hey, what's up, or, so, or whatever like that isn't going to work. So let me know, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.